And she said, what is the responsibility of being single?
What is the responsibility of being single? There's a responsibility in singleness, I would say. I don't know responsibility in being single. And I think I might have said that before, but I misspoke. I meant to say there's a responsibility in your singleness. And that responsibility is being developed, right?
Right.
I oftentimes use this analogy when I am speaking to like younger women or even women my age in my mentorship program. I use the Adam and Eve story, right? It's a story everybody knows, obviously, but I just wanted to kind of like pull other points out and speak about the responsibility in our singleness. The Bible speaks about Adam being given the garden. God gave him his assignment. God placed him in his assignment, right? After developing Adam or I would say watching over Adam for so long, right? There was a second phase, right? And so therefore God had seen that Adam had been developing and Adam had been growing, right? And so then at that point, he then trusted Adam. And we know that he trusted Adam because he gave Adam the liberty to name the animals. Right? I'm getting somewhere. It sounds like I'm a little off. I'm getting somewhere.
You're fine.
So after he gave Adam the responsibility to name the liberty to name the animals, he then, and obviously I'm skipping between details. I'm not like
of course, right.
So then after that, you find that Adam went into a deep sleep. And in Adam going into a deep sleep, that is when God started to perform, let's call it a surgery.
Right.
He started to take what was in Adam out of Adam and manifest it. Right. But in the time that Adam was asleep and God was doing what he was doing, right? Only God knows when that alarm clock for Adam to wake up was going to go off. Right. So in that time, the rib existed. It's not that the rib didn't exist. The rib existed. But there was a time for the rib to manifest its duty. It was a time for the rib to have to manifest her relevance or its relevance and what it was supposed to do, right? And so in that time I would like to say, by me thinking about it, just to make this analogy make sense, that was the time when Adam was sleeping, that the rib was preparing, the rib was developing, the rib was becoming a little bit more aware of itself as to, okay, where am I going to be planted? What's about to happen? This new stage and phase of my life. I went from being inward, I'm coming outward, right? So what I'm saying is that the responsibility in being single is developing yourself, making yourself aware of yourself and what God is saying that he's about to use you. Understand that before the rib was readily available, it was inside.
Right.
After God felt like it was ready for this man was ready also, right? This man was ready. Adam was ready. And so therefore he was able to sedate him, remove what was in him that needed to be manifested on the outside. And that can only happen when the rib is mature enough to come out.
Right.
And so the responsibility is, and all of that in that analogy is that you have to be aware, you have to be prepared. You have to be aware, prepared, ready before you manifest as a wife.
Yep.
You can't manifest as a wife. Okay, imagine now God allowed for, Adam, he created Adam, gave Adam the garden, and he did all that he was doing, right? And then Eve was just somewhere lingering around somewhere, maybe on the other side of the garden.
Right.
And they met each other. And she saw this man sleeping. She would have woke Adam up before Adam's time to wake up, before it was his time to rise. She would have woke him up. And when somebody startles you out of your sleep, you could barely see, understand what's going on. You're frightened.
Right.
But God made it in such a way it was calm, We were both ready.
Yep.
We were both aware. And when Adam's eyes opened, he saw her. He identified her. He knew exactly the place and the position in his life. If it would have happened in any other way, and let's say the woman would awaken love before love needed to be awakened, confusion.
Right. Wow.
So the responsibility is to be in God's will. The responsibility is to pull out. Don't pull out what's not yet ready to be done.
Yeah.
That's what I will say for now. That's my analogy. I hope it made sense. I hope
it made sense, and it was definitely wow. That was powerful, and I think readiness is definitely. I mean, it's important, and I think like you're saying here, if you're not ready, to be a wife, like you're saying, I mean, if Eve, I can even imagine it now. If Eve was on the other side of the garden and Adam was on the other side sleeping, us women would be like, wake up, and it wakes him up before his time.